Hey everyone, and welcome back to What If Kid Goku Turned Super Saiyan. This is part 16. As always, I'll leave links to the previous parts in the description and in the cards. Just before we begin, I'd like to remind you all to subscribe and ring the bell if you enjoy what I do here. It really does help me out. I'm also now on Patreon. If you guys feel like supporting me, you can do so there. The link will be in the description. Thank you very much. So, to recap, Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan early and wiped out King Piccolo, and as a result, Kami. He later made a deal with the other three Saiyans and obliterated Frieza. Then along came Cell. The Cell games resulted in the tragic loss of Krillin Yamcha and Goku himself, but after he was destroyed by Gohan, with a little help from Raditz, the gang made their way to Namek. Their wishes were granted, and 4 months later both Bardock and Guinea were reunited with their family at last. After being blackmailed by Videl, Gohan and the rest of the gang join up to fight in the tournament, even Goku, who decided now was the time to come back to life. After a detour, the release of Buu, and the birth of both Gotenks and Gogeta, the Stardust Breaker was used to destroy all the evil within Majin Buu. Eventually, Beerus made his way to Earth, and the Battle of Gods got underway. After a whole lot of training with Whis, Frieza's revival not going entirely as planned, the Inter-Universal Tournament, the advent and defeat of Goku Black, a tournament for the fate of every universe, and an encounter with an incredibly powerful Saiyan. The Saiyans find themselves training even harder, and that's where we'll pick the story up today. From this point on, there will be heavy spoilers for the Dragon Ball Super manga, so keep that in mind if you wish to continue. The months pass without much to speak of. Bardock and Raditz have set themselves to training. They know that the Frieza Force had their wish granted, and so they're taking steps to keep ahead. With the assistance of Whis, Raditz has already managed to recruit Broly to be training on Beerus' world, with Beerus promptly falling for Chilai. Broly is trying to get a handle on his power, but keeps losing control of the Ikari form. Luckily, Whis can keep him in check, but training in close proximity to it has given Bardock an idea. What if he were to learn this form? Would he be able to layer it on top of Super Saiyan Blue? That's unclear, but he wants to try. He needs to catch up to Kakarot and Vegeta, and now his eldest son has pulled ahead of him as well. No, he needs something different than that power. The power he's referring to is Blue Evolution. After months of training, Raditz has finally mastered it for himself, taking pride in the fact that he's at least on par with Vegeta once again. As the two Saiyans train, an evil power is stirring. Moro has escaped from the galactic prison and is on the move. His target is planet Namek and the wish-granting Dragon Balls. Soon he will have his magic powers back. Jaco and Beerus approach Earth to find Majin Buu and hopefully a way to stop Moro once again. Now, as before, Majin Buu is sleeping. Bulma gets in touch with Whis by invoking his Sweet Tooth, and Bardock and Raditz head back to Earth. They confront Beerus, but are soundly defeated and brought along for the ride. Beerus explains that Moro, a powerful sorcerer, has escaped from the galactic prison and is currently on the loose. He was stopped 10 million years ago by the Dai Kaioshin. After an encounter with the Macarini siblings, Beerus shocking Bardock with his speed, the Galactic Patrol finally get a lock on Moro. Raditz tries to sense Moro's energy, but is left in shock when Moro stares straight back at him. He describes Moro's energy, saying it felt like a lot of people screaming out in pain. The gang quickly realise where Moro is going and blast off towards him. They arrive a little later than usual, but fortunately Mori and Eska have survived this first battle. Raditz and Bardock zero in on Moro and take their shot. Moro is still old, but stronger than the initial fight with Goku and Vegeta in canon. He's already collected one Dragon Ball by the time the Saiyans arrive on the scene. Despite using Super Saiyan Blue to gain the upper hand, Bardock is defeated by Moro and Raditz is drained before he can even transform. Both of them are drained of their energy and left to die, only to be rescued by Mori and Eska. Raditz and Bardock are out for 3 days, in which time Moro has managed to collect 6 Dragon Balls. Soon enough, he's speeding towards them with the last ball in sight. That's when Beerus arrives to trap Moro. He's been on the ship off-world, but nearby, biding his time until they could unleash their secret weapon. Sure enough, the fight between Majin Buu and Moro goes the same as it always does, but Cranberry still manages to steal the wishes. With Moro back at full power and Cranberry dead, Raditz and Bardock are healed by Majin Buu, now controlled by the Dai Kaioshin. Buu does his best against Moro, but ultimately the job is left to our two blue Saiyans. Unfortunately, Moro's cavalry arrives on Namek just as the fight begins. As the fight with the escaped convicts goes on, the Saiyans keep regressing forms. All appears to be lost when suddenly Goku appears out of nowhere. He fends off the prisoners and quickly grabs Miras, Jako, Raditz and Bardock and teleports to the ship, which promptly takes off. Everyone is dumbfounded that Goku appeared out of nowhere, but he just grins and tells them that he can teleport now. Goku tells Iriko to take his father and Raditz to Yardrat, and then teleports away with Jako and Miras back to Galactic Patrol HQ. Since Goku was already more in tune with his spirit thanks to already mastering Super Saiyan and previously accessing Ultra Instinct, he learned spirit control much faster this time around. Although he hasn't learned everything, just teleportation. After a test of power, Miras agrees to train with Goku, ending up inside a room of spirit and time, where 3 days is only 1 day on the outside. Meanwhile, Jako arrives on Earth to recruit the Earthlings for the Galactic Patrol and fill them in on the problem. All is the same here, except it was Nappa who caught the Macarini siblings, and this time Guinea joins in the effort. This time Krillin is the one to be copied, as Nappa isn't sloppy enough to be caught right off the bat. Nappa knows Krillin's moveset better than anyone and fends 7-3 off, forcing him to use Moro's abilities. Even Gohan, who's just arrived, is overwhelmed and drained, but Moro, upon hearing that Raditz and Bardock will be training to beat him, calls off their assault on Earth for now. 2 months later, and the Galactic Patrol stands ready to fight, along with Yamcha, Chaozu, Tenshinhan, Gohan, Nappa, Krillin, Guinea, and Roshi. Nappa and Gohan use combo moves to overwhelm 7-3, as 17 and 18 jump in for the assist once he starts using Moro's powers. With his minions failing all over the planet, Moro decides which of Earth's fighters should be his first meal. He lands just in time to save 7-3, and then gives Sagambo a power boost. Now, he's definitely strong enough to face off against Ultimate Gohan, but I think that coupled with Super Saiyan 4 Nappa would cause him a bit of a problem. The tables turn and the fighters of Earth are losing when suddenly Krillin spikes his energy. As the fusion of Kikaza, Misa and Iwaza bears down on him, she's suddenly knocked back and out by a heavy punch. Goku has arrived on the battlefield. He teleports over to where Tenshinhan, Guinea and Yamcha are struggling against Zaoyogi, and knocks him out with a single punch, saving his mother and friends. Guinea hugs Goku before Goku leaves to go and help Gohan and Nappa. And that's where I think that we'll end things for now. So what do you guys think? Will Goku be strong enough to help against Moro and Sagambo? Will the rest of the Saiyans on Yardrat master their new techniques and make it back in time? Tune in next time to find out. I hope you guys enjoyed this What If. If you did, please consider subscribing and dropping me a like. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.